I'm just walking along and just random thoughts. When I was a kid, and a lot of the older generation around my age and older, so from like the early 80s backwards, I was born in 70, will relate to this. And when I was a kid, I'd be up and out on the weekend, school holidays. I'd be up and out, and my friends would be up and out as well, and we'd be out exploring wherever we were, wherever we could. We'd ride on our bikes for miles and miles and miles out the way. If any of us had arguments, we sorted it out between ourselves. We never had anybody turn around and go, don't do that, don't, because it's dangerous, this might happen and that might happen. We just did it. I mean, I remember crawling along a viaduct on my hands and knees and it was underneath the viaduct. Is it a viaduct with a train? But anyway, oh no, there was a canal on it as well, and a train going up overhead, and I'm on these little things crawling on my hands and knees with my mates, and we actually made a den in here inside it, and we'd go there and sit and wait for the train and the vibrations from the train. We dug holes in the ground and made dens out of it and covered it up, and so it was like a little air raid shelter type thing. Climbed trees, we went out exploring. We never did any of this TV stuff. Hang on, let me get out of the way. Car coming, or van. And we never had anybody keep telling us to be fearful of things, that this is dangerous, that's dangerous, don't do this, don't do that, you'll hurt yourself, you'll hurt this, you'll hurt yourself. If you hurt yourself, you hurt yourself. Isn't it, guys? Tell me in the comments. If you hurt yourself, you hurt yourself, that's it. You got over it and got on with it. I mean, there was none of this complete mollycoddling. I remember with my kids, my son once, I was at a friend's birthday barbecue. We'd gone and visited, and they got a big area outside that's chippings, and they had a fire. And anyway, my son was running around with a lot of other kids, and he was running around so fast that on one of the sudden corners he slipped and went out, and he grazed all down the side of his leg, grazed it all on these chippings right the way down the side of his leg. And I just went running up to him and said, come on, you're winning, and started running around with him. And it was gone. All this bad graze. Yes, I did then, once he'd calmed down, I did then clean it all up for him properly and dress it all. But we just got on with it. I cleaned it all up and he got on with it. And that's what I was like as a kid. And the reason I bring that up is because someone mentioned it to me, how fantastic it was that I did that I never made a big deal out of it. I just went with it. And that's how I brought myself up. That's how I brought myself up on the streets. And I'm sure there's many of you can relate to this. That I think nowadays, I think my generation, my age, I think we're the last generation really. I've brought my kids up the same way that I brought myself up. I mean, I was out all the time, continually. We never watched the telly because it wasn't really a thing. Maybe towards the end of the 70s or something, beginning of the 80s, it was Saturday morning TV there was on, and Crackerjack, I think, on a Friday, wasn't it? A Friday tea time. But I never really watched them. I sort of did, but I was out. Even come rain, hail, snow or shine, I was out. And all my friends were out as well. And at this period in time, I never lived in the countryside, but we made our way out of the town into the countryside and we had a whale of a time. And I think kids nowadays are not being left to their own devices enough. They've been told to be fearful of everything and to be scared of everything. Hang on, there's a car coming. Let me get out that road. Get out that road here. And yeah, they've been told to be fearful of this. Don't do that because you'll get hurt and it'll hurt you. Don't do that because of this. Don't do that because there's bad people about. Do you know, I've now walked, what, 120 miles, and I've not met one bad person. Not one bad person, 120 miles. And I've not met one bad person. And I bet you, by the time I've finished this 750-mile hike through England, I bet I don't meet one bad person. I bet I don't. Anyway, a couple of waffles on there. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I really do think that kids nowadays, and I think we're the last generation of my age, in our 50s, of bringing ourselves up and helping ourselves, and knowing that oh, big tractor here, knowing that we can help ourselves and we can do things for ourselves, and that we don't have to have somebody to tell us what to do when we haven't got something to do. We can think of something, we can decide, we can make the choice. Oh look, we can do this, we can look for something to do. And I think the generation nowadays has to be told, and this is why I think they get bored, and this is why mental health comes up so much in the younger generation, I reckon. I've got a sign here. I've just said, my sat nav says that I've done 1.5 miles from a sign that said it was 2 miles to where I was going, where I was heading, and now there's another sign that says I'm 1.25 miles. How does that work out? Anyway, just a couple of musings. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know. Be kind to yourselves, beautiful souls. Much love and many blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you.